Northern Light Webcasting Network, in conjunction with Colfax High School, presents Viking Pregame, a look at today's Colfax Vikings game. And now, Viking Pregame.
Good evening and welcome to Viking Pregame. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you Colfax Viking football. Tonight, the 1-2 Vikings, who are 0-1 in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference, will host the 2-1 Boyceville Bulldogs, who are also 0-1 in the Dunn-St. Croix. The Vikings are looking to seal up their defense and get back on the winning track following their 35-6 defeat at the hands of the Cadott Hornets last Friday. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs are also looking to bounce back following their tightly fought 18-14 loss to Spring Valley last Friday. Coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Colfax Vikings and the Boyceville Bulldogs. Then we'll get Coach Joe Baranik's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then Dan and I will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's Viking game. That's all coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. Tonight, the Vikings will try to right the ship following their loss last week to Cadott by taking on the 2-1 Boyceville Bulldogs. In that game against Cadott, the Viking offense struggled for the first 3 quarters, showing they could move the ball only to have promising drives get turned away by turnovers or penalties or sacks. In the second half, things started to turn around somewhat for the Vikings when Theo Hovde had a big kickoff return to set the Vikings in good field position.
Zach Heedle on the near side, Hovde on the far side. There's the kick. It's coming down to Hovde. He catches it at the 10. He's out to the 20. He takes it over to the left side at the 25. He's across the 30. He's at the 35 and gets pulled out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Although nothing came from that drive, it added some life to the Viking offense as illustrated by a 30-yard run by Asher Pekka early in the fourth quarter.
And to give up the middle, this is Pekka. He gets the corner turned and he's on the move. Gets taken down right about the 50-yard line. That's going to be a 30-yard run.
Later, the Viking defense stepped up to force an interception by Drew Beekner to stop a Hornet drive.
Peters keeps it himself, looking downfield, and it's intercepted by the Vikings. Beekner on the interception.
Yeah, the pass was underthrown. Beekner was right there.
Beekner just basically played center field.
The Vikings finally got on the board on a 27-yard run by Theo Hovde with about 2.5 minutes remaining.
Anderson in motion, giving it straight. Pitch out to Hovde, going around the right end. He's in the open, and he's going to head into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
In last Friday's game, the Vikings were led on the ground by Asher Pekka, who carried the ball 17 times for 56 yards and an average of 3.3 yards per carry. In the air, quarterback Brian Tuchel completed 2 of 8 passes for 47 yards with no touchdowns and no interceptions for a 51.6 quarterback rating. Defensively, the Vikings were led by Matt Dockel, Cade Anderson, and Nick Jensen, who each had 3 total tackles, while Drew Beekner had 2 total tackles and an interception. For the Boyceville Bulldogs in last week's loss to Spring Valley, leading the way on the ground was Sebastian Nielsen, who carried the ball 18 times for 69 yards. So far this season, Nielsen leads the Bulldogs with 40 carries for 236 yards and an average of nearly 6 yards per carry. Quarterback Nick Olson has completed 15 of 32 passes for 253 yards and 6 touchdowns with only 1 interception for a quarterback rating of 100.7. Olson's favorite target this season has been Caden Wold, who has 9 receptions for 161 yards and 3 touchdowns. Olson also is the Bulldogs' leading tackler with 27 total tackles, including 2 tackles for loss and a forced fumble. He's assisted by Nielsen, who has 25 total tackles and 4 tackles for loss, as well as a forced fumble. Thus far this season, the Vikings are being led on the ground by Asher Pekka with 238 yards on 40 carries for an average of 6 yards per carry. Through the air, Brian Tuchel is 5 for 16 for 143 yards with 2 touchdowns and no interceptions for a quarterback rating of 104.9. Tuchel's leading receiver so far this year is Theo Hovde, who has caught 3 passes for 122 yards and a touchdown. Defensively, leading the way for the Vikings is Cameron Molina with 18 total tackles, including 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. He's followed by Nick Jensen with 13 total tackles, 2 sacks, and a fumble recovery, as well as Dylan Hedola with 12 total tackles, a sack, and a fumble recovery. Now, coming up next, I caught up with Coach Joe Baranek at practice a little bit earlier this week, and we'll get his perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then Dan and I will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game from Lee Bierquist Field at Colfax High School. All that coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Once again, we're talking with Colfax Viking head coach Joe Baranek. And coach, last week, the Vikings once again had to deal with Mother Nature in an hour and 20-minute storm delay while dropping a 35-6 decision to the Cadott Hornets. Your comments about last week?
Yeah, credit to Cadott. They came out and played really well. Fast, physical team. So kind of ran into a buzzsaw there up in Cadott. I thought, we gave it a 4-quarter fight. Just need to hold on to the football. I think that's what it comes back to again, shooting ourselves in the foot and making our own mistakes. So something we got to clean up in practice this week.
Now, one of the things that Dan and I noticed in that game was the Hornets' ability to get to the outside in their running game, something the Vikings haven't allowed in the previous games. Why was this, and what can be done about it?
Yeah, I mean, they do have a lot of team speed and a lot of hopping inside from our guys and getting outflanked. So it just comes down to reading our keys correctly, and we talked about that last week. Kind of coming into this week, they do a lot of misdirection, a lot of speed. So reading our keys properly on defense and flowing the football is something we got to work on.
Now, it's not going to get any easier this week as the Vikings are going to take on the powerful Boyceville Bulldogs. And even though the Bulldogs dropped last week's game to Spring Valley, they have a powerful offense averaging over 32 points per game, while their defense is only giving up about 7 points per game. What can you tell us about stopping the Bulldogs?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, powerful team. They like to run her up the middle, and they do it well. Well coached and physical. So something that we got to match, right? We got to be physical in our own right and find a way to stay within ourselves, run our offense, run our defense, and not get rattled when the moment gets big. So I think that's going to be key this week to hopefully slow them down.
Now, offensively, they're led by running back Sebastian Nielsen, who has rushed for 236 yards on the season so far, as well as the receiving of Caden Wold and Mason Bowl, who have combined for about 100 yards per game between the two of them. What do the Vikings need to do to stop that kind of a balanced attack?
Like I just keep saying, is doing our job, doing our 111th, and flowing to the football, right? Those kids are good, and they're smart to get the ball in their best players' hands. So it's our job now to stop them. So kind of reading our keys, kind of doing what we're taught here in practice, and having a good week of practice, and being mentally and physically prepared for that physical attack.
Now, one of the things that I noticed in looking at the numbers, and I know the game isn't played in statistics altogether, but they do mean something. And in comparing the two teams, Asher-Pekka has actually more yards rushing than Nielsen. Your passing attack is very close to what theirs is. Their defense might have a few more tackles than yours does, but actually, on paper, the two teams match up a whole lot better than what their records and scores might indicate. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I've just kind of been telling the kids we're not that far off. You know, we're usually 9 out of 11 kids or 10 out of 11 kids going the right direction, stepping the right way, doing their job correctly. It's usually just that one out of 11th not getting the job done. So it's just kind of coming together as a full team. It's the ultimate team game is football. So to do that and kind of compete on Friday, we have to do the ultimate team sport. So I think, like you said, we do match up physically well. That's just coming out and playing our game.
Well, are there any injuries that we should be aware of coming out of last Friday?
No, I think we came out pretty unscathed. Little nicks and bruises here and there, but other than that, I think we should be fully healthy going into Friday night.
Nicks and bruises, that's football.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, those are football things. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Coach Baranek, for joining us today on Coach's Corner. Let's hope the Vikings can turn that ship around and get back on the right track.
Absolutely. Thanks, Rick.
Coming up next, more Viking pregame.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, with a look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. There's more Viking pregame coming up right after this brief timeout. You're listening to Viking pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
All out on 3. 1, 2, 3. All out. 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 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Bring it down.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. Tonight, the Vikings look to get back on the winning track following last week's loss to the Cadott Hornets, while the Bulldogs hope to find a way to get back to their winning ways after their 18-14 loss to Spring Valley. The key to tonight's game for the Vikings is, can they eliminate the mistakes, and they were little mistakes, that have stepped up to cause big problems for the Viking offense with consistency, and has also caused the Viking defense to give up some big strike plays. So it all adds up to some exciting high school football action right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a few moments, I'll join our broadcast crew at Colfax High School, and we'll have all the play-by-play action for you coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
You've been listening to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings game. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking football.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Colfax Viking football is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network, in conjunction with Colfax High School, proudly presents today's Colfax Vikings game. And now, out to the stadium for coverage of today's Colfax Vikings game.
Well, good evening and welcome to Lee Birquist Field at Colfax High School as we're getting ready to bring you the Vikings taking on the Boyceville Bulldogs. And it's time right now to honor America and our national anthem. And a quartet of Colfax High School students to do our national anthem tonight. And we're getting ready for the starting lineups to be introduced by the public address announcer. And here are the Vikings. Well, no, here come the Boyceville Bulldogs. And they are being introduced as a team. Wet field conditions today, Dan. That's always a fun time to play.
Yeah, that makes the game always a little different. Last-minute adjustments for the coaches.
It's oftentimes called the great equalizer, too.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this just begins the start of a run game tonight or if we're going to have some pass plays in there somewhere along the way.
And I'm looking to see who's kicking off to whom, because we were busy trying to get things set up for tonight and totally missed the coin toss. And it looks like Boyceville will be receiving. And getting the tee and getting ready to kick off is Drew Beekner. And dropping back for Boyceville, we have Braden Romehild on the far side, and on the near side is Nick Olson, and in the middle, he's got his arm in the way of his number, so we can't tell. We'll find out. Might be Carson Romehild. It looks like a 7. Beekner waiting for the whistle. There it is. He approaches the ball, swings the leg, and drives it down where it's caught at about the 20-yard line, out across the 30. And out across the 40 to the 45 to the 47-yard line.
Carson Romehild.
And Carson Romehild on the return, out to the 47-yard line. So the Boyceville Bulldogs start things on offense in pretty darn good field position. Nick Olson is the quarterback for the Boyceville Bulldogs. I expect to call Braden Romehild and Sebastian Nielsen quite frequently tonight. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Nielsen has the tailback. Romehild goes in motion. They give it off the right tackle. Ball was carried by Bowell, and he picked up 2, maybe 3.
Asher Peck on the tackle for Colfax.
Second down, 7. Pretty steady rain all day here in Colfax. That should favor the running games. At least that's the theory. Boyceville up to the line of scrimmage. Give straight up the middle, and that was Nielsen on the carry, and he got across the 50-yard line. In fact, they're going to mark it right on the 50.
Yeah, Colfax showed blitz there. 53.
Third down, third and about 6. Bulldogs come up to the line. Olson under center. Carson Romehild splits out wide to the right. Olson drops back, looks downfield, and the pass is complete. It was complete to Bowl. Oh, it's Halama. It was a 20, not a 30.
Yeah, good job.
Devin Halama.
Good job of the Boyceville front line there to hold up to give him time to throw.
And the rumor is that wet field conditions favor the running game, but I personally think it favors the passing game because the receiver knows where he's going.
Sure.
And the secondary player has to react, and that's where you see the slippage. Boyceville up to the line. Giving straight up the middle to Nielsen, and he gets down to about the 35-yard line. They're going to mark it on the 36. Gain of a couple, second down 8. Boyceville comes up to the line. Halama is in the slot, or in the wing. That's not Halama either. Toss to Nielsen coming around the left side. He cuts it back inside and gets down to about the 30-yard line. He's shy of the 30-yard line. So they're going to mark it on the 31. 3rd and a long 2. Boyceville comes up to the line. Halama over on the near side. They give it to Romehill going around the right side on the jet sweep, and he gets it down to the 20-yard line. First down.
Drew Bickner on the tackle for Colfax.
Braden Romehill on the carry that time. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Romehill in the slot on the near side. Pitch to Nielsen coming around the left. He avoids one tackle, gets it across the 15 down to about the 13-yard line.
Dylan Heedley on the tackle for Colfax.
That's going to bring up 2nd and about 2.5, 3 yards to go. Okay, they come up to the line of scrimmage. Nielsen at the tailback. Bowl lined up just to his right. Romehill takes it on the sweep again. He's getting stretched out to the outside, and it's going to be real close to a first down. He's right near the 10-yard line, which is where they needed to get. And I think he's short by about a half a yard.
Asher Pekka stretched that one out for Colfax and kept them short.
Drive him back, Brad!
That's something we saw a lot last week with Cadott working the outside edges like that. And Boyceville obviously saw the same game and is trying. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Give it to Nielsen straight up the middle. He's got the first down. He's driving those legs forward down right near the 5-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 5.
Yeah, that's one thing that Colfax is going to have to watch tonight is those edges. That's kind of been a thing since the beginning of the season.
6:25 to go in quarter number 1, opening drive of the game. Boyceville has been methodically moving the ball down the field. Olsen brings them up to the line. And we have a whistle and a timeout being called by the Boyceville Bulldogs. No score with 6:08 to go in the first quarter. You're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Dairy State Bank's mobile app gives you full control of your finances. Misplace your debit card? Simply turn it off and no one else can use it. When you find the card, you can turn it back on. You can also set spending limits. Great if your kids have a card. These and other features like mobile deposit let you bank from anywhere, anytime. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank. Hello guys and ghouls. Be sure to join me in my feeds at NLWN-TV for our second annual Halloween Spectacular, where we will bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs. We will include Father Knows Best, Fibber McGee and Molly, Suspense, and we'll wrap it all up with the Mercury Theater on the Air's presentation of Dracula. That's all on Halloween night, Monday, October 31st at 7 p.m. on NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Boyceville has the ball, 1st and goal at the 5. Olsen keeps himself, rolls out to the left, looking to the end zone, and overthrows his receiver, boinked it off the crossbar. It was intended for Halama.
Yeah, he was wide open.
And Olsen just put a little too much on it. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 5. And it sounds to me like underneath our awning here, the rain is coming again.
I'm glad you bought this.
It sure beats getting wet, doesn't it?
It does.
And the case for it makes a nice cushion for the bench here that was covered with water. All right, give to Nielsen, and he takes it into the end zone off the left side for the Boyceville touchdown. So the Boyceville Bulldogs draw first blood. Considering the weather conditions, Dan, it's not a bad crowd here tonight.
Yeah, it was a little thin when I got here, but I think they're kind of like everyone else, just kind of waiting, see what's going to happen. And now that they show up, it rains.
Vasquez Martinez to try the extra point. Kicks it. It's no good. He didn't get it there. So the score remains Bulldogs 6, Vikings nothing. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Coming up on Friday, September 16th, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Spring Valley to take on the Spring Valley Cardinals. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Pregame. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, September 16th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Teeing the ball up and getting ready to kick off for the Boyceville Bulldogs is Brian Vasquez Martinez. Back deep to receive for the Vikings are Pekka and Hovde. And it's starting to rain harder, Dan. Now I'm really glad we've got this awning.
Yeah, there's a dark cell headed this way.
And the kick is coming down at around the 10-yard line. Hovde with it, gets it out across the 20. Finds an opening, gets it out to the 30, which is where he gets taken down. Theo Hovde on the return. And that's where they're going to put us, right on the 30. First drive for the Vikings today. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Eli Ralph splits out wide to the left. Hoffman in fairly tight on the right. Anderson goes in motion, giving it up the middle to Pekka, and he gets it out to about the 33-yard line, gain of 3. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Brian Tuchel bringing the Vikings up to the line. Ducks in under center. Anderson on the right wing. He goes in motion. Give to Pekka again, and he got hit right at the line of scrimmage. In fact, I don't think he got there. I think it's going to be a loss of a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Boyceville's going to have their eyesights on Pekka tonight.
Well, that's fine because that just leads itself to play action passes, Dan. All right, Vikings back up to the line. Ralph is now on the left side. Pekka gets it straight up the middle, and he finds a hole. He's out across the 40 to the 45-yard line. First down for the Vikings. After they've got their eye on him, they can watch him as he runs right past them. Offensive line made a really nice hole for Asher Pekka that time.
Yeah, Mark Solberg and Dylan Hedela open up a hole.
They marked it on the 43-yard line. First down, Vikings. Hovde in motion. Gives it to Pekka again, straight up the middle. Across the 45, out to the 46. Gain of 3. Second down, 7. Ralph again coming to the right side. Anderson in motion. They give it to Hovde, and he falls on it because that handoff wasn't real clean. Part of that could be Hovde is still in that cast. It's a well-padded cast, but he's still in that cast. So the ball gets marked back at the 43-yard line. 3rd and 11. Anderson in motion, giving it to Pekka straight up the middle, and he got spun around just past the original line of scrimmage. And 43-yard line, almost the 44. 4th and Hoffman in punt formation. Takes a snap, gets it away. It's coming down, goes out of bounds right around the 33, 34-yard line. They're going to mark it on the 33. So the Boyceville Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. This is one of the things that we talked about is that promising looking drives get turned away as a result of a mistake, and the fumble with Hovde on that last drive took all the steam out of the drive. Bulldogs come up to the line of scrimmage. Nielsen, the setback. They give it up the middle.
On the tackle for Colfax.
He got 12 on the play, and it's a first down. Nielsen, the setback. Bull to his left. Olsen under center. Gives it to Nielsen straight up the middle, and he found a hole and chews up another 10 yards. They're going to make him 2nd and 1.
Yeah, a little chess match there. Colfax make sure that the corners are covered, but then they didn't have anybody in the middle.
To the left for the Bulldogs. They do a reverse. Romehill has it. He gets it down across the 35, down to about the 34-yard line is where they're going to mark it. First down.
32, Drew Binkner on the tackle for Colfax. Getting to be some gaping holes there in the middle.
Coming up on a minute to go in the first quarter. Bulldogs come up to the line. Olsen rolls out, dropping back, fires it out into the flat, and he got it out to Wold. Gain of about 9. It's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Now make it 2nd and 2.
Colfax has been playing a little zone, and I think they got to come with a little blitz right now and let the corners kind of play man-to-man and see if we can get the quarterback to slow down a little bit.
Olsen brings the Bulldogs up to the line. Romehild on the wing to the side, and we're going to get a procedure call against the Bulldogs.
Or is that offsides? No, it is false start.
Hellendrung, Zachary Hellendrung was a little bit eager that time.
And Colfax was coming on the blitz.
They were listening to you there, Dan.
Maybe we should have put an earpiece in the helmet out there.
Well, they're allowed in the NFL.
Probably not for the broadcasters.
Probably not. All right, that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter with the score. The Boyceville Bulldogs 6 and the Vikings nothing. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
We're getting ready to start the second quarter with the Vikings trailing the Bulldogs 6-0. And it's second down and about 7 for the Bulldogs following that penalty. Nick Olsen brings them up to the line of scrimmage. And he puts Wold in motion. He drops back. He's under some pressure. Throws the screen out to the left side. Romehild has it. He's down inside the 10 to the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown, Boyceville.
That was a good job by the quarterback, Nick Olsen, to wait that play out and find the open man.
And draw the pressure, which is what you want to do on that screen pass, and then see the open man out there. And he had a nice screen set up in front of him. Braden Romehild on the touchdown reception. And the extra point attempt is up, and it's good. That makes the score Boyceville Bulldogs 13 and the Vikings nothing. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
to get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
Well, Dan, Vikings have dug a bit of a hole for themselves. Trailing 13-0.
Yeah, Boyceville's done a good job of spreading the ball around and outside, inside, pass plays, screens.
It looks to me like if the Vikings want to get back into this, they have to have their onside kick attempt by the Boyceville Bulldogs. And the ball's loose, and I think they got the ball. Let's see what they say.
I do believe it is.
And Boyceville got the ball on the onside kick attempt at the Viking 42-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know.
As I was going to say, the Viking offense needs to sustain drives to keep the Boyceville offense off the field, and then this happens, and the Boyceville offense goes right back on the field.
Yeah, Carter Brickson saw it, and he went to get it. He slid right over top of it.
All right, Bulldogs come up to the line. They have wings on both sides. Nielsen at the setback. Play action pass. Olsen drops back. He's got his man open. In and through the hands of Caden Wold.
Wow, couldn't throw a better ball than that. He's got to catch that one.
He was covered by Drew Beekner. So that's going to make it 2nd down 10. Bulldogs come up to the line. Romehill is split out to the right. I think Wold is out to the left. And we've got movement. Let's see who they call it on. They're going to call it on Boyceville. Cameron Molina, I think, enticed him to move, but you're allowed to do that on defense. A little early on the movement was Grant Kaiser. On the right side of the line for the Bulldogs, playing right tackle. Olsen dropping straight back. He's under some pressure. Throws the screen out and off the hands of Nielsen, and we're going to get a flag, and I think it's a late hit on Olsen. Probably Hedela with a late hit.
Yeah, I think he kind of sold it, but.
Personal foul, roughing the passer against the Vikings. And I believe that's an automatic 1st down. And it is. And they're down at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Wold is split out wide to the right. And I think that's Bowl out wide to the left. Olsen gives it to Nielsen straight up the middle, and he ran into some traffic. but still managed to get pretty close to 5 yards.
Yeah, just following his blockers.
Second down, 5.
Push back here, let's go!
Bulldogs up to the line. Wold split out wide right. Giving it to Nielsen, finds a hole, gets it down to about the 26-yard line. It's going to be a first down. Check that, that's a 21-yard line.
Eli Ralph on the tackle for Colfax.
First and 10 from the 21. Olsen under center. Puts a man in motion, and we've got penalty flags for a false start against Boyceville. Coming into the lineups for Boyceville is Krenz. So moves it back to the 26-yard line. First and 15. Wold split to the near side. Romehild in motion. And Dan, that's a classic case of the center forgot to snap the ball.
Everybody looked at the center like, are you going to go?
And the center's thinking, how could everybody else be on the wrong page? All right, so it's first and 20. All right, Bulldogs come up to the line. Romehild is on the wing on the right side. He goes in motion. Pitch to Nielsen going around the left. He turns the corner, and it gets strung out a bit. He gets almost 10 yards. But that puts him back near the original line of scrimmage. In fact, he's, I think he's right on it. He's just shy of the original line of scrimmage. So second, and we'll call it 11. Romehild split out wide to the right. Wold split out wide to the left. Olsen dropping straight back. Looking downfield. He's under pressure. He's rolling to his right. And he's going to get dragged down from behind. Asher Pekka on the sack. Well, actually, it's not going to go as a sack because he did get back just beyond the line of scrimmage. Third down, 10.
Big possession right here.
And Boyceville comes up to the line. Olsen dropping back, looking downfield, throws it out in the flat. Pat's complete and stumbling backwards out of bounds, but far enough for the first down. And that's Halama on the reception. $8:15 to go. Vikings have not had the ball yet this quarter. It's the third drive for Boyceville. Giving straight up the middle to Nielsen. Gets it down to about the 5-yard line.
Eli Ralph on tackle for for Colfax.
The Bulldogs can get a first down without getting a touchdown. But why would you want to? Boyceville at the line. Olsen pitches it. This is Halama coming around the outside. No, it's Wold coming around the outside, and he gets taken down. You know what? I think he got a first down without getting a touchdown. He's right outside the goal line.
Yeah, on the 1-foot line.
And they're going to take a look at this. What do you think, Dan? I think he got the first down but did not get the touchdown.
Right. I would say that the yard marker is maybe half yard.
So they bring the sticks out. Stretch the chain. And he's short. Oh
boy.
My eagle eye needs some work. Third and less than a yard. Again, they can get a first down without getting a touchdown. And like I said before, why would you want to? Olsen ducks in under center. Coombs is at center. And to give up the middle and straight into the end zone is Wold for the Boyceville touchdown. That'll make the score Boyceville 19 and the Vikings nothing. So let's see if Vasquez Martinez is going to try the extra point. He is. Snap, the place, the kick, it's up, and it's good. So with 6:54 to go in the first half, it's the Boyceville Bulldogs 20 and the Vikings nothing. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Now, last time Boyceville kicked off, they kicked an onside kick. Vasquez Martinez tees the ball up. Now they spread out. Pekka and Hovde back deep for the Vikings. Vasquez Martinez comes up, kicks it away. Pekka has it, back around the 10. He's out across the 20, he finds a hole. He cuts to the left, he's across the 35, and then he slipped. He slipped at about the 38-yard line. He was trying to put another cut in there.
Yeah, good cut by Pekka there. Middle of the field, cut it out here to the left.
And then he was trying to cut it back upfield again, and that's when the feet went out from under him. All right, Vikings come up to the line. Beekner at tailback. Anderson goes in motion. Fumble snap. Tuchel falls on it for a gain of about a yard. 2nd and 9. Pekka lining up in the wing on the left side. Ralph splits out wide to the right. Pekka goes in motion. Pitch to Pekka going around the right end. He's across the 40 and out to the 45-yard line. Gain of about 5. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Good job by number 51, Mark Solberg, to seal off the edge and make a little room for him to run.
All right, Vikings come back up to the line. Ralph split to the left. Pekka in motion. Give to Anderson coming around the left side, and he squirts past the 50 down to the 46-yard line of Boyceville, and that's a first down for the Vikings. This is what the Vikings need to do to sustain some offense. Keep the Boyceville offense off the field.
Everybody's been focusing on Pekka, for the last few weeks. Kate Anderson's going to get a few carries now.
Pekka again on the wing on the left. Anderson on the right. Beekner of the setback. Pekka in motion. Mishandled snap, and by the time Tuchel got out there, it was too late. He got wrapped up in the backfield. Back at the 49. Going to bring up 2nd down and about 13 or 14 to go. Two receivers splitting out wide to the left. Hoffman is the real wide one. Ralph in the slot. And we have a whistle and a timeout being called by Boyceville. So with 4:15 to go in the first half, it's Boyceville 20, Vikings 0, and you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
Vikings back out on the field, waiting for Boyceville. Following that timeout. 2nd and 13 or 14. Vikings at the line. Tuchel ducks in under center. Pekka goes in motion. Giving it straight up the middle to Beekner. He's still on his feet. Gets it down to about the 40-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 41. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They've got to get it down to about the 36-yard line. Tuchel under center. Anderson in motion, giving it straight up the middle again. Beekner running hard. He gets it across the 35 down to the 34-yard line. First down, Vikings.
Colfax getting a little push right now. You know,
this is what happens when they don't have those little mistakes that happen and turn drives away.
Yeah, they kind of mix it up a little bit.
Twin receivers split out wide to the left again. Hoffman is the furthest one to the left. Then Ralph in the slot. Pekka on the wing on this side. He goes in motion. Giving it straight up the middle to Beekner again, and he got nowhere. Lost a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. Boyceville was ready for that one.
Yeah, Corbin Krenz didn't get fooled up.
Ralph splits out wide to the left. Pekka in motion. This time, Tuchel keeps it himself, and he gets it across the 30 down to about the 26-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 27. 3rd and 3. That's that RPO the Vikings like to run. Tuchel brings him up to the line. Hoffman split to the near side. Anderson in motion. Tuchel keeps it himself. Looked to pitch, but there were nothing but white shirts in the way. And he turned it up and got it back to the line of scrimmage. 4th down and 2.
60, Grant Kaiser in the tackle for Boyceville.
All right, Vikings at the line of scrimmage. Eli Ralph split out wide to the right. Pekka in motion. Now he goes back where he came from. Anderson in motion. Giving to Pekka, going around the right end. He gets it down near the 20-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Vikings.
Clock will stop to move the chains.
We are under a minute to go in the half. Under 40 seconds. Vikings quickly up to the line. Anderson in motion. Tuchel throws it out in the flat. He's got Pekka out in the flat. He cuts it back into the inside and taken down at the 6-yard line. 21 seconds remaining. And the Vikings call timeout. So with 21.2 seconds to go in the half, Vikings threatening. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
We're back here at Colfax High School, Lee Beerquest Athletic Complex, and 21.2 seconds remaining in the first half. Vikings threatening. They're down at the 7-yard line. Eli Ralph split out wide to the right. Pekka in the wing on the left. Anderson the wing on the right. Beekner at the tailback. Pekka in motion. They give it to Pekka. He gets it around the end, and he's into the end zone.
But we got a
Viking touchdown.
But we got a flag.
We do have a penalty. And that's in the area of holding. And it's holding against the Vikings. So this one will come back. They're going to mark it at the 12-yard line. It is 10 yards from the infraction, so it was a downfield hold. All right, Vikings up to the line. Tuchel drops back, throws it out into the flat. Pekka's got it and taken down out of bounds with 8.4 seconds remaining. Third down. Goal to go at about the 7. Maybe the 8.
Let's see what they're going to...
Kate Anderson comes out. I didn't see who went in.
Hovde went in.
Okay. Vikings at the line. They put Hovde in motion. Give it to Hovde coming around the left side. And we have a penalty marker flying with 1.6 seconds remaining. Hovde got taken down at about the 11. And we have a timeout being called by the Vikings, and it looks like a hold is being marched off against the Vikings. And it's going to move it out to the 27-yard line. Second and goal. The down doesn't really matter, but it's 27 yards away. They've got time for one play.
Yeah, they have to spread this out. Hope for something in the end zone.
.6 seconds. Vikings trying to get on the board. So the Vikings at the line of scrimmage. Tuchel at quarterback. Beekner at tailback. Hovde on the wing on the near side. Pekka wing on the far side. Hovde goes in motion. Pitch to Hovde. He's looking to throw. He throws it to Beekner, and it's incomplete. He had Beekner open, although there were a number of white jerseys closing in on him. So it's incomplete, and that takes us to halftime with the score. The Boyceville Bulldogs 20 and the Vikings 0. We're going to have Viking halftime where we're going to get to know all about Dylan Hedela right after this. You're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's Viking profile and other halftime entertainment.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. And now Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're talking with Dylan Heedela. And Dylan, you're a senior here at Colfax High School. And when you're not playing football, what are some other activities that you're involved with here at school?
I'm really into the baseball program and our music industry.
Okay. And so you're one of those new world kind of people, do the athletics and the arts.
Kinda.
Yeah, well, they work together, actually, pretty nicely. When did you start playing football, and what kind of an experience have you had?
Started playing football in fourth grade. It's really fun. Good experience. Took a break 6th grade year, just got a little bit too big, then came back to it 7th grade year, and had a lot of fun with it now, so that's why we're here.
So what's the most important thing you've picked up playing football?
Discipline. Disciplinaries, just gotta do them, and creates a very strong mental mind.
Okay, all right. So when you're not playing football, you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
I lift, I play saxophone maybe hour and a half, sometimes 2 to 3 hours a day, just practicing scales and stuff. So that's about it.
And what style of saxophone do you like to play? More the jazz, or where do you go with your saxophone playing?
I do a lot of jazz licks and improv.
Okay, all right. Rapid fire questions for you. These are the tough ones, you know. Yeah. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Pie.
Which kind?
Lemon meringue.
Oh, and on a hot day like this, would that ever taste good?
Yeah.
Your favorite NFL team?
Packers.
And your favorite collegiate team?
Cincinnati Bearcats.
Okay. If you had a superpower, what would it be and why?
Read minds.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And I can almost read yours telling me why you'd do that. And of course, if Dylan has this superpower to be able to read minds, you got to have a superhero name to go with it. What's your superhero name?
Oh.
I know it's a tough question.
Probably correlate with the last name, probably something along with the heat.
Okay. All right. Yeah, like Mind Heat or something like that. We're talking with Dylan Heedela on Viking Profile. And Dylan, what are your plans for after high school?
Hopefully attend University of River Falls to pursue my education in jazz and environmental construction, or wherever baseball brings me.
Okay. All right. How about a shout out to your family?
Greg Hovland. Hopefully he'll be able to make some games this year though. So came back from Kenya.
All right.
Yeah.
When people come to Viking games, what number are they looking for and where are they going to find you?
53 and middle linebacker and left guard.
All right, we want to thank Dylan Heedela for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been tuned to Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned as more Viking Halftime is coming right up.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't. Don't stop.
You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
And we're back here at Colfax High School getting ready to start the second half with the Vikings trailing the Boyceville Bulldogs by a score of 20-0. Dan, why don't you tell us how we got there?
Yeah, here's scores in the first half. First one was a 2-yard touchdown by Sebastian Nielsen. That gave us 6-0, and then they missed the extra point. Then they had a 25-yard screen to number 24, Braden Romehild, that went in the end zone to make it 12-0, and they scored the extra point. Then they came back, had the little 1-foot run by number 30, Mason Bowell, that got in the end zone, so it made it 19-0, and they made the extra point. So here we are, 20-0, Boyceville.
And the Vikings had an opportunity right at the end of the half. They did put the ball in the end zone. Unfortunately, it got called back by holding, and so they ended up without putting any points on the board. Although they will get a shot at it again to start the second half, as the Vikings should be receiving the second half kickoff. Although, as we've already learned, let's make sure they actually kick the ball away and don't pull the onside kick.
Yeah, I could see him doing it again.
Yeah, coming up to start the second half is a prime time to try that if you want to surprise a team. Viking return team heading out onto the field. Vikings put a couple more hands players up there in that front line I'm seeing on the return team. Hovde and Pekka back deep to receive for the Vikings. Vasquez Martinez getting ready to kick off. He's teeing the ball up. Trying to get the ball to stand up on the tee. There's the whistle. He's in position. He approaches the ball, and he kicks it away. It's a short kick coming down about the 28-yard line, gets returned out beyond the 35 to about the 36-yard line, and Drew Beekner on the return. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings at, let's mark it, the 36-yard line.
Colfax takes over at their own 37-yard line. 1st and 10 Vikings.
And they're short a body. And Beekner needs to get out there. He's used to coming off the field after a kickoff.
I think he had a shoe issue, too. He's kind of trying to get a shoe on there.
Vikings come up to the line. Ralph split out wide to the right. Beekner the setback. They put Anderson in motion, give to Beekner straight up the middle, and he got out to the 39-yard line, gain of a couple. Hovde into the lineup. Beekner comes out. Second down and 8 for the Vikings at their own 39. Tuchel takes the play in. Vikings come up to the line. Ralph split out wide to the left. Pekka and tailback. Hovde goes in motion. Give to Anderson going around the left end. He's got some room. He's got the corner turned. And he gets down inside the 40-yard line. Down to about the 37-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Vikings.
Seen a couple of explosive plays there by Kate Anderson tonight.
They're going to mark it just inside the 38. First and 10 for the Vikings. They come up to the line. Ralph splits out wide to the right. Hovde in motion. Tuchel keeps it, pitches it out to Hovde, trying to get to the corner, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage and not much else. He tried to use that speed to get to the corner because he had to wait for the pitch.
Yeah, good job by Tuchel to sell it, but
he's got to pitch it out in front of him a little more so that he can use his speed and get that corner better. We'll call it no gain on the play, second down and 10. Vikings at the line. Give straight up the middle. And Pekka tried to move the pile, didn't get it to move very far.
Maybe a yard. Maybe 2.
Kaiser was the lead on that tackle. And he's a big body to move out of there.
Yeah, Boyceville has some big guys there in that front 4.
All right, Vikings up to the line. Eli Ralph, wide to the right. Anderson on the right wing. Hovde on the left wing. Hovde in motion. Fumbled snap. Tuchel falls on it. That's been one of the bugaboos haunting the Vikings all season. 4th down 9. At the 37.
I'd still do that pitch out to Kate Anderson.
Hoffman splits out wide to the right, or wide to the left. Anderson in motion. Goes back to where he came from. Goes in motion again, and we have a penalty for a delay of game, I believe. Now, it's true there is no play clock for the quarterback to use, but he does have the umpire in the back, or the...
Yeah, has that ever been talked about?
It's the field judge, and he gives hand signs.
Is there any talk about adding that to high school football?
I don't know. Hoffman. Ball goes between his legs, and he's all he can do to fall on it. So it's a fumbled snap, and the ball will go over on downs to the Boyceville Bulldogs way back at the Viking 40-yard line.
Yeah, more trouble for Colfax. It was that Corbin Krenz was right there to pick it up, but good job by Colton Hoffman to fall on it and prevent a touchdown.
Yeah, it at least kept him from picking it up and going off to the races with it. All right, Bulldogs come up to the line. Wold is split out wide to the right. Halama to the left. Now they put slot receivers out. Dropping back, looking downfield under some pressure, getting rid of it. It's up for grabs and it's caught down around the 15-yard line. Ball taken down by Halama.
Drew Bickner on the tackle for Colfax.
They mark it at the 18.
Cameron Merlino is just a split second too late. He got to the quarterback, but
Bulldogs at the line. Roll the splitter. Ball's loose and off to the races. Go the Vikings. It's Anderson and he gets caught from behind at the 25-yard line.
Colfax defense comes up big.
So the Vikings have it 1st and 10, and they're going to mark it at the 24-yard line of the Boyceville Bulldogs. And the Vikings up to the line of scrimmage. Biekner the setback. Eli Ralph split out wide to the left. Hovde the wing on the right. Pekka on the left. They give it to Hovde, taking it around to the left side, and he loses a yard on the play. Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. Or check that, it's back on the 26, so it's a loss of a couple, 2nd and 12. Vikings at the line. 2 people in motion that time. That whatever happens on this play, it's coming back. Both wing backs went into motion. And unless you're playing north of the border in Canada, you can't do that.
Dave White is our umpire tonight, who we know from years gone by.
Yeah, we used to work with Dave. One of my former students is down there on the Colfax coaching staff.
Slips. You got all those pink slips put away, don't you know?
All right, Vikings at the line. It's 3rd and long. And Tuchel gets dragged down from behind as he was rolling out to the right. He was looking to get rid of it.
Yeah, number 30, Mason Ball tracked him down.
So it's 4th down and, well, let's see, about 23, 24?
I would say punt. but we'll see.
Well, last time they tried this, it rolled all the way back to the 40-yard line because it went between Hoffman's legs.
There is a good stiff wind heading that way right now from our left to right.
There's the snap, and it's low again. He has a hard time. He gets rid of it, and he threw it kind of in the direction of a lineman, which could not catch it. So the ball goes over on downs as an incomplete pass. So at least he saved that yardage. So Boyceville takes over 1st and 10 at the 38.
So Colfax defense has to step up again now.
All right, Bulldogs up to the line. Wolda split out wide to the left. Nielsen the setback. And they run a counter. Romehill comes it around the left side and gets it across the 45. Penalty marker comes flying in late.
Tackle by number 2, Theo Hovde.
And we're going to get a holding call against Boyceville. And that's going to move it back to the 32-yard line. 1st down and 16. Bulldogs come up to the line. Olsen drops back, looks over the middle, intercepted by the Vikings. He's down across the 20-yard line, or down near the 20-yard line. Dylan Hedela with the interception.
Yeah, not sure if it was underthrown or if Hedel had just stepped right in the path, but good turnover by Colfax.
Dylan Hedela, with all of his blazing speed, got it down to the 22-yard line, but a nice turnover for the Vikings. Vikings come up to the line. 2 receivers split out wide to the right. Ralph is split wide right. In the right slot is Hoffman. Anderson in motion. Give to Beekner, and he got nowhere.
Is Tuchel hurt?
It kind of looks like the way he's holding his hand, there's an issue, and Hovde went in.
Maybe not.
Beekner came out, so.
As the rain begins to fall again.
So where's B.J. Thomas when we need him? Although it's not falling on our heads, it's falling on our awning. Pitch to Hovde going around the right side. He's across the 20 down to around the 15-yard line. They're going to mark it on the 16. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. In what is clearly 4 down territory for the Vikings.
Yeah, if they get in the end zone, they still have a chance.
All right, Vikings at the line. Tuchel under center. Pekka the setback. Anderson in motion. Gives to Pekka straight up the middle. And he drives down to around the 5-yard line. Oh, they're going to mark it around the 10. .321 to go in the quarter. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Just outside the 10. There's another situation where you can get a first down without a touchdown. And even more so now, why would you want to? Pekka the setback. Anderson on the right wing. Hovde on the left in motion. Giving it to Pekka straight up the middle. He drives down to about the 5, maybe the 4-yard line. They're going to mark it right on the 5. Nose of the ball on the 5. So gain of 5. 2nd down 5 for the Vikings. Vikings at the line. Hovde in motion. Give to Pekka again, straight up the middle. Gets across the 5 down to about the 4-yard line. Gain of a yard. That's all they're going to give him. 3rd and 4.
I do a little play action. Get out here to Eli Ralph. He's one-on-one.
And again, right up the middle, Pekka driving, and into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. And there's no yellow on the field this time, so this one's going to stand. So that makes it Boyceville 20 and the Vikings 6. Beekner to try the extra point. Zach Heedle to hold. The kick is up, and it's good. So with 1:44 to go in the 3rd quarter, the score, Boyceville 20, Vikings 7. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Beekner teeing the ball up, and I'm sure you can hear the wind blowing through our microphones right now. Romhild, and I think it's Olsen. Those 3 are back deep to receive for the Bulldogs. And the wind blows the ball off the tee. Beekner tees it back up.
Onside kick.
A little early for that yet. Nice kick. Chases Olsen back to the 15-yard line. He cuts it up the middle. Finds a little bit of room. Gets it out to the 32. So 1st and 10 for Boyceville at their own 32-yard line. Olsen brings the play in from the sidelines. Bulldogs come up to the line. Halama is tight on the left side. And we have a whistle and a penalty marker flies. I think it's going to be against Boyceville because I don't think the Vikings encroached. And it is a false start against Boyceville. So the Vikings show blitz, and that caused the Bulldogs to flinch. First and 15. Bulldogs at the line. Olsen gives it up the middle, off tackle on the right side. And that's Nielsen on the carry. He gets it out across the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Big push there by number 71, Parker Combs for Boyceville.
Brings up a second down and 4 after Nielsen picked up 11. You know, Dan, I hear that rain coming down. I'm just really thankful that it's not white. The only white we want on the field tonight is that official with the last name White.
We've been here before with a little...
oh, we sure have. It's usually not this early in the year, though. And we have a timeout on the field being called by the Boyceville Bulldogs. So with 47.1 seconds remaining in the third quarter, it's Boyceville 20, Vikings 7, and you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you.
And we're back here, and Boyceville takes the ball up off the left side, and down the field they go, and into the open, and into the end zone is Romehild. That's a 61-yard touchdown run. By Braden Romehild, I believe. Or were you saying... No, I think it was Braden Romehild.
Yeah, he's got some wheels. Down that far side.
So Vasquez Martinez to try the extra point. Snap the place, the kick gets up. And that one's no good. He pulled it real hard to the left. So the score remains Boyceville 26 and the Vikings 7. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
On
And as the fans here, we're doing a little Cotton Eye Joe to keep the blood flowing. There's a little bit of a nip in the air with that dampness we've got going on. 35.6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Boyceville has just answered the Viking touchdown with one of their own. Kickoff drives Hovde back to the 5-yard line where he's coming out with it. He gets it across the 25 and out to about, well, it is about the 25 where he got. And let's see where they mark his forward progress. They're going to put it on the 23. So the Vikings have it 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. They're at the line of scrimmage. Fumbled snap. Tuchel falls on it. That center quarterback exchange is a problem for the Vikings. And that's going to be the final play of the third quarter with the Boyceville Bulldogs leading the Vikings 26-7. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Banking on relationships.
Dairy State Bank's mobile app gives you full control of your finances. Misplace your debit card? Simply turn it off and no one else can use it. When you find the card, you turn it back on. You can also set spending limits. Great if your kids have a card. These and other features like mobile deposit let you bank from anywhere, anytime. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Days when you're hankering for something that's delicious and nutritious, simply stop by FitFam Nutrition in Colfax. They serve Herbalife meal replacement shakes, metabolism boosting teas and protein coffees. They taste as good as they sound, and they're healthy. Come and visit the Bentons and let them prepare for you a simply sweet treat, or something for the chocoholic or coffee lover in you. FitFam is a slam dunk. That's FitFam Nutrition, complete with one-on-one wellness coaching and business opportunities. 1020 University Avenue in Colfax.
And we're getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Vikings with the ball, 2nd down, 10 yards to go. They're at the 23-yard line. Trailing 26-7. They put Anderson in motion, give it straight up the middle. Penalty marker flies in. Pekka on the carry, didn't get much, maybe got a couple. But we're going to get I think it's a hold against the Vikings.
Yeah, Colfax is walking back.
So they move it back to about the 15-yard line. Brings up 2nd down, 18 yards to go. They've got to get the ball out to the 33-yard line. Vikings at the line. They put Anderson in motion, and he gets run down from behind and taken down back at about the 11. Loss of 4. That's going to bring up 3rd and 22. And again, the playbook gets pretty thin when you get into the 3rd and the 20s.
Yeah, big number 70, Braden Dunn on the tackle for Boyceville.
All right, Vikings come up to the line. Ralph split wide to the left. Anderson in motion. Looking out in the flat, ball's intercepted, and I think they're probably going to call it broken up. I don't know how the rule applies. They're saying incomplete pass. Okay, I know in the NFL you've got to complete the process of the catch, and he lost the ball when he hit the ground. He was hit hard on the interception and came down flat on his back. He may have been out of bounds when he landed as well. Now we have a timeout called by the Vikings. So with a timeout on the field, 10:44 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
$10:44 to go in the game. Fourth down and 21 yards to go. Vikings in punt formation, which has been an adventure tonight for the Vikings. Hoffman back there standing on his goal line. There's the snap. He gets the kick away, and he gets run into.
Is there a flag?
And he didn't throw the flag. Ball goes out of bounds at about the 27-yard line of the Vikings. Short punt, and I'm kind of surprised that no flag got thrown because they just ran over Hoffman. I don't think they got a piece of the ball.
Unless the Boyceville defender was pushed into.
So at any rate, it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Viking 27. Power I formation right now for Boyceville. Olsen gives it to Nielsen straight up the middle, and he gets taken down after a gain of about 2. Second down 8. Cameron Molina made the stop on that last play.
Big Red, let's go!
Bulldogs come up to the line. 2 backs in the backfield this time. Nielsen tries to take it around the right side, and we're going to get a late hit call against the Vikings. Unless it's a hold against Boyceville.
It is behind the play.
Yeah, he threw it beyond the tackle, so it could have been a hold. And it is a hold against Boyceville. And let's see what the Vikings decide here, because it could be 3rd and about 10. Now they're going to take the yards. Moves it back to the 39-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and just about 20.
Come on, C, Big D,
Single setback this time. Wing receivers both ways. Olsen drops back. Looks it out in the flat, and it's in and out of the hands. Pass was intended for Jackson Phillips, and in and out of his hands and almost intercepted. Was that Hovde down there that almost got the interception?
That was Hovde, number 2. Good pressure by Colfax.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 21. As Nick Olsen throws a nice ball for Boyceville. They have a well-balanced offensive attack. Olsen drops back. He's under pressure. It's
batted down.
Intercepted by Nick Jensen. Or was it intercepted? No, they're going to say incomplete pass. 4th down, 21 yards to go. Jensen in there on that play, though. All right, Boyceville at the line. Olsen doing a quick kick. It's going to roll toward the goal line, and it's not going to get into the end zone. It's going to get downed on the 2.
Yeah, good kick there.
So 98 yards from pay dirt with 9:18 to go.
Yeah, the main thing is make sure you don't get a safety.
This is true. Also, don't have one of those mishandled snaps right now. Vikings come up to the line. And we're going to get a flag. And it's illegal procedure against the Vikings. False start. At least at this point, it doesn't hurt him too bad because it's only half the distance to the goal. So that's a 1-yard penalty. So 1st and 11. Vikings come up to the line. Eli Ralph is split out wide left. They put Anderson in motion, give to Pekka, taken down. His forward progress is going to be marked just out of the end zone. Well, at least he listened to you and didn't get a safety.
That's right.
2nd and 12.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 11.
How much of that white stripe can they use?
All right, they're at the line. Beekner at tailback. Anderson gives straight up the middle, a big pile. And again, no gain on the play. 3rd and about a dozen. The tail of the football is nuzzling right up against the goal line. You can't be any further back in your own territory.
Colfax, let's do something! Come on!
Vikings at the line. Hovde in motion. Pitch to Hovde. He gets it. Not out of the end zone that time. And it is a safety. Hovde had a little bit of trouble handling the pitch. And by the time he got control, he was swarmed under by a lot of white jerseys. And that'll make the score 28-7 in favor of Boyceville. So you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Coming up on Friday, September 16th, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Spring Valley to take on the Spring Valley Cardinals. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Pregame. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, September 16th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Back here at Colfax, where the Vikings will now have a free kick. They will kick it from the tee. And when you have a safety scored against you, you kick a free kick from the 20-yard line. You can punt it or you can kick it from a tee. It does follow the kickoff rules. Once it goes 10 yards, it's a free ball. Beekner approaches, kicks it away, gets it down to the 40, where it's picked up by Olsen. He gets it out across the 45 to down to about the 36-yard line of the Vikings. 1st and 10 for Boyceville. $7:29 to go in the game. Boyceville on top by 21. It's 28-7. Bulldogs up to the line. Olsen under center. Gives to Nielsen. He cuts it to the outside. Check that, that's Romhild. And they're going to mark him right at the 19-yard line. I thought he might have stepped out of bounds at like the 21, but I don't have a good angle on that. So 1st down, 10 yards to go.
Yeah, that time Boyceville sealed off the edge, gave him a little room.
Braden Romhild on that run. He's lined up at tailback again. Nielsen at fullback. And the power back is Bowl. And they give it to Bowl, and he keeps his feet, and into the end zone he goes. That'll make it 34-7. Bowl just pretty much took it off tackle and headed right downfield with it. And he's a pretty good sized load.
Yeah, he was a big back there.
So Vasquez Martinez to attempt the extra point. Snap, the kick gets up, and it's good. 35-7. The Boyceville Bulldogs with the lead, and you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hello, guys and ghouls. Be sure to join me in my feeds at NLWN-TV for our 2nd annual Halloween Spectacular, where we will bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs. We will include Father Knows Best, Fibber McGee and Molly, Suspense, and we'll wrap it all up with the Mercury Theater on the air's presentation of Dracula. That's all on Halloween night, Monday, October 31st at 7 p.m. on NLWN-TV.
Boyceville getting ready to kick off to the Vikings with 6:48 to go. And they've now blown it wide open with a 35-7 lead. Hovde and Pekka are back deep for the Vikings. Vasquez Martinez teeing the ball up.
Vasquez Martinez set the kickoff for Boyceville. Back in for the Vikings. Hovde and Pekka.
And they spread it out. Vasquez Martinez approaches the ball, swings the leg. He drives it deep into and out of the end zone. That was a heck of a kick by Vasquez Martinez. And it's going to come out to the 20-yard line for the Vikings, 1st and 10. Now this is about the time you'd start emptying the bench, but the Vikings don't have much of a bench to empty, so.
Colfax takes over. They're on 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Vikings.
Yeah, 6:48 left in the fourth quarter. See if they can just put a drive together.
End on a positive note here. Beekner the setback. Anderson in motion. Tuchel keeps it himself. Penalty marker flies in. I think we're going to get a hold. That's thrown right in holding territory. Tuchel got it up across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. And it's holding against the Vikings is the preliminary indication.
Penalty is holding against the Vikings.
Kind of in the territory where I saw it. They threw it right down by where Dylan Hedela was laying on the ground. So that's going to bring up first down and 16 for the Vikings. Anderson the setback. I think it's Anderson. And Tuchel gets tossed to the ground. Back inside the 10-yard line, about the 9.
Tackled by Wielden.
Second down, 21.
Loss of 5 on the play.
Peter Wielden on the tackle for Boyceville.
And the Vikings come up the line. Hoffman lined up as the tight end on the left side. Pekka in motion. He gets the pitch going around the right end. He's got a little bit of room. He turns the corner and basically got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a yard.
Tackled by Bowell.
Third down and 20.
Number 30, Mason Ball on the tackle for Boyceville.
Pekka comes out. Vikings come up to the line. Hoffman splitting out wide to the left. Ralph in the slot on the left. They put Anderson in motion. And straight up the middle goes Beekner. And he didn't get very far at all. He might have got a yard. 4th down and 19.
Let's get them yards, guys. Come on now.
Hoffman and Huntport formation. He kicks it. It hits at the 35, checks up, and rolls to the 36. So Boyceville with the ball, 1st and 10 at the Viking 36-yard line. And I think it looks like we're going to get a lot of substitutions coming in for the Bulldogs.
Boyceville takes over 1st and 10 at the Colfax 36-yard line.
They come up to the line. And this is Romehill, Bradley Romehill at quarterback. They give it straight up the middle, and he gets down to about the 31-yard line. Looked like Jake Bialczyk on the carry. All right, they're up to the line. Romehill under center. Give off the right side and getting stacked up there. Trying to get the number on who that was. I think it was Owen Rydell. Rydell and Bialczyk in the backfield. Well, now it's just Bialczyk. Kirshner splits out wide to the right. And to give up the middle to Rydell. Or Bialczyk, I should say.
Do we have a flag on the play? We do, on this side. I do believe Kirshner wasn't set.
It was looking like he wasn't quite sure where he was supposed to be. So the Bulldogs get called for an illegal formation. Makes it 3rd down and about 5. And to give up the middle to Bialczyk again, and he got nowhere that time.
Pekka on the tackle for Colfax.
In fact, he lost a little bit. It looks like 4th down 6 for the Bulldogs.
Pekka and Solberg on the tackle.
Bulldogs at the line. Romehill looks out in the flat. He's got his receiver, and he's open down to the 10, to the 5, and hauled down at the 2-yard line. That's Landon Leslie on the reception.
Yeah, number 9, Zach Healer took a bad angle at that one. Boyceville moves the ball.
So So it's 1st and goal. About a minute and a half to go. Romehild brings the Bulldogs up to the line. Give to the second man. He ran into his own man.
Good job by number 66, Cameron Molina. He took on one guy, turned to his left, took on the other guy, and then got the tackle.
Rydell was on the carry. He lost a yard. 2nd and goal. Carson Romehild at quarterback for the Bulldogs. He drops back, looks out into the flat, pass is incomplete. It hit the ground. Brings up 3rd down.
Good pressure by number 53, Dylan Hedela on the blitz.
Normally a lot of teams would be taking a knee right now, but Boyceville wants to get these young guys that they've got in there to see if they can put a score up on the board. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Romehild drops under center. Give straight up the middle. Bialczyk takes it down to the 2-yard line. And I think that's probably going to do it. Yep, they're just going to let the clock run. And so that makes the final score Boyceville 35 and the Vikings 7. We will have more information about this on Viking Postgame, and we'll have that coming up in just a minute. You've been tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
This has been Colfax Viking football, live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with Colfax High School. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Postgame, where I'll look back at today's game.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Time now for Viking Postgame, with our wrap-up of today's Colfax Vikings game. And now, back out to the stadium.
Well, we're back here at Colfax High School, and Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. Chris Olson's been on the camera all night. I didn't mention him, and I should have, because he deserves a good mention. He did a nice job for us tonight. And that's about where it finished as far as nice jobs. Vikings fall to the Boyceville Bulldogs by a score of 35-7. A lot of effort by the Vikings tonight, but again, Dan, those little mistakes that have haunted the Vikings all season had disastrous results.
Yeah, field position for Boyceville tonight was the key to this game. You know, Colfax had a host of good plays. Defense came up big twice for Colfax, but turnovers and just too much Boyceville tonight.
And so, yeah, that's the way it turned out. 35-7. That drops the Vikings to 1-3 on the season, and it makes them 0-2 in the Dun St. Croix. For Boyceville, they are 3-1 on the season, and they are 1-1 in the Dun St. Croix Conference. And we're hoping to have Coach Joe over here in a little bit, but he's talking to his guys down in the end zone there, and I know that he wants to take a minute or two to talk to them. And wouldn't you know, Dan, as we have to take things apart tonight, it's going to be raining on us. He's checking the radar, and sure enough, there's a big green blob right over Colfax. The blob that ate Colfax.
Fall is in the air.
It really is. It feels very fallish tonight, but you know what? It's my favorite time of year. And
get out the sweatshirts.
Yes, I did tonight. And it's a big football weekend. We had this game tonight, Wisconsin Badgers tomorrow against Washington State, and then the Packers open the season against the Vikings. Boy, it doesn't get better than that. Plus, we got a little baseball to go watch tomorrow up in the Twin Cities, the Eau Claire Cavalier fall team. As most of you know, we cover the Cavaliers during the summer, and they do have a fall team. We're not going to carry their games, but we're going to go up and check out and see who's on that roster, because that's loaded with potentially future Cavaliers, and we'd sure like to get a little background on who we're going to be talking about in the next year or two. So
yeah, that was a good season. Now we're into football, and we'll see what happens the rest of the season for this.
I'll tell you what, we're going to take a bit of a timeout, and we're going to see if Coach Joe is headed this way, and they're still talking down there, so we'll see. We'll give them a little bit of time. We'll take a short time out and see what's going to happen, and then we'll come back, and it'll be time for him, or we'll wrap things up, or one or the other. So you're tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out."
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
I tell my son, I love you every single day. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're still waiting for Coach Baranek. Dan did go down to check to see if he was coming, and it kind of looked like he was heading this way. And I think I see him working his way towards us right now, as the rain is starting to come down pretty hard and steady now. So I know that folks are wanting to get out of here while they can. So while we wait for Coach Baranek, we're going to take just a couple more minutes of timeout time, and then we'll be right back. You're tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hello guys and ghouls. Be sure to join me in my feeds at NLWN-TV for our second annual Halloween Spectacular, where we will bring you the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs. We will include Father Knows Best, Fibber McGee and Molly, Suspense, and we'll wrap it all up with the Mercury Theater on the air's presentation of Dracula. That's all on Halloween night, Monday, October 31st at 7 p.m. on NLWN-TV.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Coming up on Friday, September 16th, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Spring Valley to take on the Spring Valley Cardinals. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Pregame. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, September 16th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, and joining us right now is Coach Joe Baranek. And 35-7, that's a tough one to take. But it's kind of what we were talking about in Coach's Corner. Those little mistakes, they seem like little things when they happen, and they cause big problems for the Vikings. Yeah, go ahead, talk.
No, I didn't know if there was a little bit more, but no, it's the same thing we keep saying. It's 9 out of 10, 9 out of 11 guys, or 10 out of 11 guys, and we're close. We played a good football team tonight, and there were points where we were.
Let me make sure this microphone's turned on. Oh, we got disconnected somehow. Here, whoa. No wonder I could just barely hear you.
There we go.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it's little things. They add up quite a bit. And we're a team that hasn't experienced big moments a lot of times. And it shows in these big moments where we have to find ways to overcome those little things. Good teams find a way to win. We are a good football team. We played a good one tonight, and our points were right there. Right? A couple big plays go differently, and it's a one-score ball game. But that's the stuff that, as a team, we have to overcome and find ways to get better in practice and bring it out on the football field.
Well, and there were some things that happened in this game that could have made a big difference in the result. You score that touchdown in the first half instead of have the holding penalty, and then you get the ball back, and lo and behold, your defense stepped up, made some big plays. You put another touchdown on the board. You would have only been one score down. Yep. That game gets played a whole lot differently at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. It's finding ways to win, and that's something that we have to start building on as a football program. The pieces are there. We've taken steps in the right direction, I would say. Same deal. We get down 20-0 in years past, and I think maybe we don't come out with the same fire we do in the second half. I mean, there's points, cripes. I mean, was it 26-7, 27? I went in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's right there for us. It's just finding those ways to put things together that we teach and preach that the kids need to start taking to heart just a little bit.
So it doesn't get any easier next week. You get to go over to Spring Valley and take on the Cardinals.
Yeah.
What do you know about them?
Tough football team, always. It's they're the model of consistency, and they're kind of the ones that everybody seems to be chasing. So just come out and play our game. It's back to focusing on ourselves this week. They're not going to do anything that we won't be prepared for. They do what they do, and they do it well. So coming in mentally, physically ready again, and limiting those little mistakes that we talked about.
Well, I'm going to let you make a mad dash for the locker room because it's pouring out there right now. And thanks for coming up and joining us, and we'll see you next Friday over in Spring Valley.
Sounds good. Thanks, Rick.
And you're tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. I keep hitting the wrong button there. But we're back here at Colfax High School. And don't mind Dan's head when he shows up as he's starting to get things taken down, as it's just pouring here right now. So let's wrap things up real quick. I want to remind you to join us here at NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network next Friday as we bring you Vikings traveling to Spring Valley to take on the Spring Valley Cardinals. Viking pregame show begins at 6:40, followed by all the live play-by-play action. The Colfax Elk Mound girls golf team will be in action Monday as they go over to Bloomer, or they'll be taking on Bloomer, Stanley Boyd, Mondovi, and Osseo at the Osseo Golf Club. And then they return to action on Tuesday at the Valley Golf Course in Mondovi, and then at Whispering Pines Golf Course near Cadott on Thursday. The Viking volleyballers will take on the Durand Panthers at Durand High School on Thursday with action beginning at 7 o'clock. And the Viking cross-country runners will travel to Rice Lake for a 4 p.m. meet on Tuesday, and then they travel to Marshfield for a meet on Friday. I want to remind you that tonight's Colfax High School football game is brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital. Let Dr. Buckley and his friendly staff take care of your pet. Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Midwest Environmental Consultants. Soil testers for the Chippewa Valley. Anderson Bridges, who have been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. Slayton's Technology, IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. And Fit Fam Nutrition of Colfax, with drinks that taste as good as they sound, plus they're healthy. So be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So for Dan Petchow and Chris Olson, this is Rick Olson, and that final score once again, Boyceville Bulldogs 35, Vikings 7. You've been tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Vikings game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.